there must be some things that you believe, irrespective of your revenue stream, irrespective of people's, there's a kind of mob atmosphere that sometimes takes over some issues, and it's very difficult. Very few people are able to maintain their individuality in that. And revenue stream is one thing. You can have a positioning that is, I want to appeal to a massive audience. I want to therefore not be in one camp or the other. But who are you? Would you use any of these self-identification words? Are you, for example, an economic conservative, a social liberal? Where do you lean on the political left to right spectrum, if you lean at all?
I have my own ideology, and my ideology is to make my country rich. And I think in making our country rich, leave the it's not very elegant and it doesn't sound, but jeb mein paise nahi hai, to nobody gives a damn about you if you don't have money as a person, and nobody gives a damn about you as a country if you don't have money, if you're not a rich country. No matter how wonderful your culture is or how great your I've said this before, no matter how great your past is or history is, Africa is cradle of civilization. And people don't take Africa as seriously as Europe or US. And that's because they have money and we don't. China is 5 times richer than us in per capita income, and they are attacking us at the border right now or whatever, doing all the things that are happening there. And they're doing it because we're poor. Imagine if we were 5 times richer than China. Would they have done that? Would they go and send ships to US or Europe ever? They will never do that, because they know if you don't have money, nobody respects you. And if you have money, you're respecting you, just because you buy some planes or just because you say we are great and Josh, and that's like it means nothing.
That sounds like a criticism of the Prime Minister's handling of the economy.
I don't know why it sounds like that. I think people
of the economy.
I think people in India are not interested in getting not buying that ideology. People in India want to be poor and proud. People in India are saying poor and proud.
Explain that.
Okay. So there was a time when we were very, very poor, $300 dollar per capita income, $1 a day. And that India was 1980s. We kind of were children in that India. And there was abject poverty. मतलब गरीब Indian दिखाना हो तो बहुत गरीब होते थे, झोपड़ी में रह रहे हैं ये वो. Today that is gone. Even the migrant labor you covered so much. If you notice, they wear proper clothes now, right? They eat. They are not like those fatehal. So that India is gone, because today we are $2,000 per capita income. We are 6-7 times we increase our per capita from 1990 to now. So that means food and all is taken care of, right? Everybody, आप एक छोले भटूरे तो खरीद सकते हो ना, $6 per day है. आप $1 का छोले भटूरे मिल जाएंगे, डोसा मिल जाएगा, जहाँ भी आप रहते हो, you'll get a belly full. Data is cheap. 4G data is absolutely cheap. So people can sit around addicted to their phones and eat food and not have too much aspiration. And I think this government, people are always blaming, that's my theory. People are blaming this one leader or 2 leaders, and they are doing havoc with the country. But if you see mood of the nation surveys, these are not my quotes, 77% approval ratings, which is beyond anybody. Even Obama never had that, right?
Yeah.
So why is that? Because they have understood the Indian psyche beautifully, which is Indians, unless there is abject पेट में खाने को नहीं है, they're okay to be not so rich as long as the food is there. They're okay to not have a job. भैया की job लगी हुई है, भैया संभाल लेंगे, दीदी की job है. But they want to be proud. They want to be proud of their identity, because we have historically never been proud people, and we don't deserve to be so proud, because we are not rich. I told you, unless you are rich, nobody will care. But it's nice to hear Indians are great. अच्छा तो लगता है ना.
You've spoken about, in fact, I have that up. I read that piece that you wrote on the end of aspiration among India's youth, and that's really what you're talking about here. And what's interesting is that you brought it up in the context of Chetan Sushant Singh Rajput, right? You were, in fact, talking about how Sushant Singh Rajput was a metaphor for a kind of aspiration as a self-made man, and somewhere in his death, this is how you try to understand the mass outpouring of interest in it, somewhere in his death, maybe there was a death of India's aspiration. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's quite nuanced, but to see the rise of Sushant came in that aspirational decade of India. You are from that aspirational generation. I'm from that aspirational generation. The various IT companies that came up in India are from that generation. we saw India that just opened up and we benefited from it. We are the lucky benefactors who kind of made something, made certain brand of ourselves, made some,
Yeah.
made a living and became prominent, which we would never would have before. But today, I think kahin na kahin, that dream is broken. You don't have those kind of stories anymore as much, and people are already addicted to their phones, and they say to me, okay, yes sir, you are right, we are addicted to our phones, but phone band karke main kya karu? What do I have besides this beautiful phone which shows me so many wonderful escapist things? And I think somewhere down the line, when Sushant died, it really hit hard that whatever you do, if you come from a common place, uh, it's not going to work out for you. And this is half of this is in the belief. If Indians believe that I can make it, no matter where I come from, I can make it, that's half the battle won. And I think that is what we were, my growing up years were, that we can make it, work hard and we'll make it. And we did make it, sort of, right? And today, somewhere down the line, I think the tide is turning and people are saying, no boss, it's not going to work out. And that is very dangerous. And Sushant's death kind of really hit hard. What else do you explain? Why is it so emotional? I knew Sushant personally, but most
Yeah.
people don't. And still they are feeling a lot more. Why? Because somewhere it hit hard that this is India, man. That's the narrative in the head. This is India. They
But
crush your
is it?
dreams. But even though it
But
may not be true, it may not be true. In Sushant's case, a lot of other things would have happened to why he actually died. But in people's heads, like, okay, देखा यही होता है.
But
एक दिन
isn't there a
मेरा
contradiction एक तरफ से क्योंकि आप एक तरफ कह रहे हैं that Sushant was a metaphor for that aspiration, that small town boy, he did engineering, he had all those old middle class values, then he tried to make it on his own. But now you're saying that आज की जो youth है, it doesn't dare, it doesn't want to dream big. It's quite content, पेट भर जाए, there's the phone, there's cheap data. So isn't there a contradiction?
It's self-fulfilling also. If you feel like anyway कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, तो
Yeah.
फिर you kind of come to terms with it कि ठीक है, हम ऐसे ही ठीक है. Plus, aspiration is of two kinds, and I am not judging. I'm just, one is money aspiration, which I have. I want to make money. I don't have any identity aspirations as such. I'm very secure of who I am. Maybe I was born into some privilege. I'm not, I don't have a Dalit identity. I don't have certain things. I'm male. I have certain privilege. My parents were middle class. So I think maybe I don't feel it that much. But for a lot of people, identity aspiration is a big thing. So when some leader comes who says, Hindus are amazing, man. Hindus are truly amazing. And then you feel, oh, I'm Hindu. And this guy saying Hindus are amazing. I feel good. Okay, I may not get a better house. I may not be able to buy a car, but my stomach is full. I am watching great videos. And my leader is telling me that I'm really great. My traditions are great. My history is great. Or India is great. And I think that seems to be working. So actually the government is doing its job by delivering and giving people what they want. They are doing a beautiful job of it. This is what Indians want. Who told you Indians want to see massive economic growth? That was I wanted. But most Indians don't. They want Holi, they want Diwali, Gujia, Mithai, they want all this. उनको नहीं चाहिए. क्या बोल रहे हो आप चेतन? अभी आप कितना क्या पैसे में क्या रखा है?
और उनको रिबेलियन भी नहीं चाहिए. जो हम
रिबेलियन तो दिमाग गल गया है. This like a brain has become jelly. Watching all these videos, watching this, if I today you and I are talking, and it requires some brain engagement to listen to us, not too much.
Yeah.
We talk in very simple language, but थोड़ा तो आपको दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. लेकिन पता कब लगाएंगे? If one of us starts screaming right now, if I say, "Oh, Barkha," I'm telling you, we'll go viral this evening. You put a latte, you put like freaking flames on your Mojo screen and burning you. So because the brain has become like jelly, the brain is like, oh yeah, what is this? Like a zombie, you become a zombie. And I think I know this sounds like what he's even saying, but it is true, and it is affecting everyone. And that's why I'm telling you, in 2011, if we had good 4G, people would not have come on the streets. That time, SMS and playing Snake on Nokia, how much Snake can you play?
Right.
Abhi, like people want to test the filter. Oh, do you know that cute girl liked my photo? अरे ठीक है, GDP -24 है, -44, हमें क्या लेना देना? पापा की नौकरी है, पापा संभाल लेंगे, नहीं तो भैया करा देंगे. भैया कोई नहीं, डिलीवरी बॉय बन
what
जाएंगे।